Prologue. Al-Najim al-Sagir's headquarters, Morocco, unknown location, Monday, June 3rd, 1500 local time. Control was an illusion. Al-Najim al-Sagir had long accepted this. Yet, in surrendering to that truth, he had learned to shape illusion into something more enduring. Every deception was an instrument, every detail a blade honed to a singular purpose. Nowhere was that philosophy more evident than where he now stood. Concealed behind jagged mountain rocks, the entrance was invisible unless one knew exactly where to look. Inside, the stone chamber felt ancient and untouched by time, the air cool and heavy with oppressive silence. At its center stood a large steel table surrounded by metallic chairs. Al-Najim stood motionless, his dark eyes fixed calmly on the space soon to be occupied by his co-conspirators. Patience, after all, was a virtue he possessed in abundance. Malik, one of Al-Najim's top lieutenants, waited nearby, shifting his weight restlessly as his fingers tapped silently against his thigh. Tall and broad-shouldered, with close-cropped blond hair and a jagged scar running along his jaw, he had the posture of a man accustomed to action, never truly at rest. "Do you think they will go for it?" Al-Najim did not answer at first. He let the silence settle, heavy as the stone around them. When he finally spoke, his words carried the faint precision of a manufactured Arabic accent. Each syllable deliberate, his tone calm and detached, the cadence almost too perfect to be native. "They will." Malik hesitated. "How can you be so sure?" Al-Najim's gaze didn't shift. "Because they have failed, repeatedly. They are men who imagine themselves architects, yet build nothing. They will understand soon enough." Malik nodded slowly. Al-Najim watched him from the corner of his eye. Malik was a rare breed. He carried the quiet menace of a true believer, unwavering in purpose, yet he was more than a fanatic. He was competent, something most ideologues weren't. More importantly, he could grasp the shape of the larger design once it was revealed to him, which earned him a place at Al-Najim's side in this warren where every shadow seemed to watch. The walls held their silence like a secret passed down through centuries. There were no cameras, no screens, nothing electronic that could betray the conversation about to take place. Though it was unlikely any signal could pierce the depths of the mountain, Al-Najim had ensured the walls were embedded with Faraday shielding. Even if one of his visitors foolishly brought an electronic device, no signals would escape this room. As a final precaution, he had positioned his elite guards along the edges of the chamber, partially hidden by the shadows. Everything was in place. This gathering, 20 years in the making, was the culmination of meticulous planning, manipulation, misinformation, alliance building, and a series of attacks across the globe that had left governments and economies in disarray without a trace of who was responsible, unless Al-Najim wanted someone to take credit for his actions. He combined strength and reason and forged himself into a weapon that could strike but could never be struck back. He worked hard to build a legitimate and productive life in the heart of Western society. Those who knew him as Al-Najim al-Sagir didn't know his real name, and those who knew him by his real name had no reason to suspect that he had risen to become one of the most powerful masterminds of subversion, manipulation, and violence in the world. The few aware of Al-Najim's existence considered him a terrorist. They couldn't have been more wrong. Mere terrorism was sloppy, ineffectual, and outdated. Besides, most practitioners of terrorism use such practices to effect political change. A child's tactic for a child's goal. What he had in mind was far more ambitious.